The system runs itself. Why I stopped relying on motivation. People sometimes tell me I have a lot of discipline. I understand why they think that. They see someone who meal preps every week, trains regularly, walks or runs almost every day, weighs his food, tracks his calories, and has maintained a healthy body for years. From the outside, it probably looks like I'm constantly forcing myself to make good decisions. The truth is, I don't think I've become more disciplined over the years. I think I've gradually removed the need for discipline. That wasn't the plan. Looking back, I can see I was slowly building a system, but I didn't realize it at the time. Whenever I found something that made healthy choices easier, I kept it. If it didn't work, I abandoned it. One habit led to another, then another, until eventually they all started working together. It happened so gradually that I barely noticed. Years ago, my days felt random. Every morning seemed to begin with another negotiation. I'll try to eat better today. I'll try to make it to the gym. I'll try not to snack tonight. The problem is that every decision becomes another opportunity to bargain with yourself. You can always promise to do better tomorrow. And tomorrow has a habit of becoming today. Back then, I constantly felt like I was playing catch-up. That was exhausting. Today feels very different. My breakfast is already decided. My work schedule determines whether it's a gym day or a running day, or both if I'm lucky. I already know what body parts I'm training. I know which days I'll naturally reach 10,000 steps and which days I'll need to go for a run. Most importantly, my meals have already been prepared. One habit that surprises people is how I track my food. I log my meals before I eat them, not afterward. By the beginning of the week, everything is already entered into MyFitnessPal. I'm not sitting there at the end of the day trying to remember what I ate. I'm not deciding what sounds good for dinner. Sunday already made those decisions for Wednesday. That single change removed an enormous amount of friction. Meal preparation probably has the biggest impact on my entire system. Eating largely the same meals every day was a close second. People often ask me whether I get bored eating the same foods. I understand the question, but somewhere along the way, my relationship with food changed. I still enjoy eating, of course. I genuinely like the meals I prepare. But I'm no longer asking every meal to entertain me. When the decision has already been made, there's no wavering, no self-bargaining, no negotiating with yourself. Something I've learned is that motivation becomes far less important once the system is in place. That doesn't mean I always feel like doing everything. Sometimes I'll be sitting on the couch knowing I need to prep meals for the next few days. I'd rather stay exactly where I am. The difference now is that I recognize what's happening. I don't start debating with myself. I simply think, you'll be glad you did this later. Stand up. Once I walk into the kitchen, everything else almost happens automatically. The scale is already there, the containers are waiting, the ingredients are ready. I slip into what I jokingly call robot mode. 20 minutes later, it's finished. Future Sean is happy. Present Sean didn't need much motivation after all. People often imagine my lifestyle as some kind of Spartan existence. They picture endless discipline, hours of miserable workouts, never eating anything enjoyable, constant self-denial. It really isn't like that. I enjoy training. I enjoy walking. I enjoy seeing what my body is capable of. If I hated doing those things, I doubt I'd still be doing them. That's one reason I hesitate when people compliment my discipline. Discipline certainly matters, but I think what they're really seeing is the result of thousands of decisions that were made long before today. The system deserves far more credit than my willpower does. I'm also aware that my situation isn't everyone's situation. My wife and I don't have children. My work schedule gives me more flexibility than many people have. And unlike many households, we're both committed to living this way. That makes building a system easier. I'm fortunate in that respect. My exact routine wouldn't work for everyone. It isn't supposed to. The principle is what matters. Reduce friction wherever you can. Prepare tomorrow's lunch tonight. Choose a gym that's easy to get to. Decide what you'll eat before you're hungry. Remove as many unnecessary decisions as your life allows. The details would be different for everyone. The idea stays the same. Healthy choices become much easier when you stop making them over and over again. Looking back, the biggest change wasn't that I became more disciplined. It was that I slowly stopped relying on discipline in the first place. Now, instead of feeling like I'm constantly trying to catch up with life, I usually feel like I'm ahead of it. The things I can control are already taken care of. That leaves surprisingly little psychological stress. People often ask me how I stay motivated. The answer is that I don't think about motivation very much anymore. Somewhere along the way, the system took over. And these days, for the most part, it simply runs itself. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this, please consider liking and subscribing. Or support the project on Buy Me a Coffee.